everybody. Welcome to my channel if you're new, and welcome back if you're returning. My name is Judith Taby, and this video is for the blue moon zodiac readings. And we are looking at whatever message needs to come through for you at this time, at this once in a blue moon opportunity to look at something, dive deep into something, heal something, whatever universe has for you. So there's two piles. Pile one is the Wild Unknown Tarot with the black Moonstone. So that's if you really want to go down that path, the Wild Unknown. And the second, pile two, is Lucid Dreams with the Pearl Moon. So I asked Universe to still have that pile one viewers dive down into the Wild Unknown, and pile two viewers get that pearl of wisdom that they need to have. So I will see you at your pile. Hi Gemini, you selected pile one, the Black Moonstone, and the Wild Unknown Tarot. So we're going to do a deep dive into what you need to know for this blue moon. What does Gemini need to know? Oh, that's a lot. Can we just have one maybe, or two? What does Gemini need to know for this upcoming blue moon? What does Gemini pile one viewers need to dive deep into for this blue moon? What does Gemini pile one viewers need to dive deep into on this blue moon? Thank you. How does Universe have your back? Gemini, pile one viewers, how does Universe have your back? It's too many. Thank you. Okay. All right. We'll save this for later. We have What do you need to release? Well, this full moon is when you're supposed to release things. And this super, the end of a tough cycle approaches, full moon in Capricorn. So you definitely, and what's standing out is the size of this moon on this card to me. It's huge. It's looking like a super moon. So visually what I'm getting from this is at this super moon, which is a blue moon, you need to release something, which will be the end of this, a tough cycle that you've been going through. And Source Dragon attunes you to the infinite. Be still in the silence, magic can happen, be in the moment. And what's interesting is even though this represents Capricorn, to me, I'm seeing this dragon. Do you see that too? So the end of a tough cycle approaches, this super full moon with the Source Dragon. All right, so we're gonna cover up the part that says Capricorn because that's not what this is. Source Dragon. Okay. 8th house, mystery. Change, purity with the gazelle, and bride, wife, engagement. All right, Gemini. What do you need to release? That's been a very tough cycle that will require Source Dragon. All right, so we have the Chariot and Judgment coming out. Emperor. Death. It's interesting because I saw death here too. Okay. They want me to read the Source Dragon. So this is a 9th dimensional dragon. In the center of all the dimensions, galaxies, and universes is an infinite point of pure stillness and love. This is the heart of Source, and from it flows the most incredible illumination. As the wishes of Source flow forth, the illumined angels, known as the seraphim, sing Om, the vibration of master creation, at a 12th dimensional frequency. This allows the will of the Creator to spread as seed thoughts into the universe. 9th dimensional transparent white Source dragons exist purely to attend to the divine will and turn wishes into reality. They step down the light to a 9th dimensional level so that we can access it. They act as portals of light through which we can connect with the energies of the infinite. Your guidance, Gemini, pile 1 viewers. A source dragon has come to you now because it is time for you to enjoy a period of stillness with awareness. Breathe deeply and listen to the silence. Something very sacred is coming into your life. This could be anything from the fruition of a long-held dream to becoming a true master. It is being presented to you now. Be diligent, calm, and focused, and remember to breathe deeply. Breath is the key to being in the moment, and this is where the greatest magic happens. Ask the Source Dragon to accompany you on every step of your exciting new journey, and always remember that the present moment creates your future. They had me sit in that moment of silence for a moment, because that, like, did you feel that, Source Dragon? Whew. Now, they want me to tell you a little bit about the 8th house. If your chart were a village map, the 8th house would be on the corner of the red light district, next to a mortuary and a savings and loan bank. It is a private house where we deal with things we don't want to talk about in public. Death, sex, debts, loans, psychics, phenomenon. Here we deal with other people's resources and how they are exchanged. Money, bodies, thoughts, and work, and how we inherit goods and attitudes. This house can feel uncomfortable, but it's a place where we can transform. Assess the power dynamics between you and other people around important resources, like money, sex, and inheritances. Notice if a relative or boss withholds money until you behave, or if you or a lover withholds sex until some other need is met. Just get clear in your own mind if anyone is pulling strings, and try to heal dysfunctional dynamics with clear and healthy boundaries. Seduce honestly. Not all strange sexual dynamics or unusual financial arrangements are a problem. If you understand your peculiarities and don't feel coerced or controlled by them, they are just part of who you are. Financial investors and advisors, consultants, ministers, lovers, intuitives, brain trusts, auctioneers, and investigators all work with 8th house affairs, and if they work with integrity, do so productively. Develop your 2nd house resources, your own money, sense of worth, and body confidence to strengthen your freedom and bargaining power and operate in this realm with grace. Engage the resources handed to you, but make your own judgment calls. The 8th house calls for one last freedom, to acknowledge that death exists and be fully alive in response. So, Gemini, they're putting me in the energy of that you really have gone through a very tough cycle. But this change that's coming in, that what, and all that you need to release, So the horse represents strength and freedom. But what's interesting to me that the Chariot card is overcoming these difficulties. It's a triumph over whatever this tough cycle is. This triumph and victory, overcoming it, is here. So what you need to release, all these birds representing each every little thing, like it's a whole murder of crows, of what tough this cycle that you've gone through, of all these obstacles and challenges. You're overcoming it. The peace is coming. The Emperor. The Emperor represents all four kings. You've mastered everything. Right? And death represents rebirth. So here they want me to put it this way, this death, this transformation, this tough, like this cycle that is now coming to an end has literally picked you to the bones, plucked your feather, like they're showing me a hawk, pulling all the feathers out and eating the meat off the bones. You have been, like all that's left is the skeleton. But this cycle is ending, and the rebirth, you're a more majestic bird. I love crows, so, but they're showing me like you're going from the crow to the dove. Just think of it from a spiritual perspective, not a bird perspective, but that's what they're telling me. You've been so this emergence, you need to release all that was done to you. Don't hold on to it. Release it. Give it back to source. And that cycle is ending. This death and rebirth of you, like this dove, you will be born of purity and like a bride. You're this new. They're showing me like when a bride looks like an angel as she's walking down the aisle, and the glow that is emanating from her, that unconditional love, that light source. That's what they're showing me here, that it just represents like a bride, that this white glowing angelic. But what's interesting is the Five of Wands. They're making me feel like this whole being plucked and beaten, like they're making me feel like these are switches, you know, like back in the day, God forbid you can't do that nowadays, but back in the day, Grandma would send you outside to go get a twig, a branch, a stick, a twig, and she'd beat your ass with it. How many times have you gotten beaten with the switch? Right? Put that here. But this, so really, you got, if there's a list of names and letters that you have to write to people or things that have beaten you down, write them down and burn them on this full moon. Release them, giving them back to source. Have the source dragon come and take what you're writing down and releasing, because you can't carry that energy in this new pureness that you're going to be in. Okay? How does universe have your back? The presence of love will always cast out fear. Yeah, like I mentioned, this bride is glowing because she's emanating that unconditional love force. That's what I have for you. I hope that helped, Gemini. If it did, please click the like button. Always feel free to share my videos. And if you haven't subscribed, at the end of this video, there'll be a link to just click on. And as always, all the information is in the description box below. I truly love and appreciate you being here, and I look forward to connecting with you next time. Love and light. Hi Gemini, you selected pile 2, the Pearls Moon. So let's get your pearls of wisdom of what you need to know for this upcoming blue moon. What does Gemini need to know? What pearls of wisdom do you have for Gemini pile 2 viewers during this upcoming blue moon? Pile 2 Gemini. What do they need to know? Thank you. Oh, this one. Gemini pile 2. What do they need to know? What pearls of wisdom do you have? It's too many. Gemini pile 2. What pearls of wisdom? Thank you. Gemini pile 2 viewers. I guess you're supposed to go get some ice cream, because the ice cream truck is coming by right now. So for some of you, if you've been thinking about you wanting ice cream, source is saying it's okay, go ahead and get yourself a treat. That's it. Okay. And how does universe have your back? Gemini pile 2 viewers. How does universe have your back? Pile 2 Gemini. Universe, how do you have their back? So we have a fiery climax approaches, full moon in Aries. We have Earth Dragon, clears your path and the land around you. Stay grounded, be ready to serve. Stuck energy is clearing. You can move forward in life. We have Chiron, heal. The dog, loyalty and determination. And the tree, stability and growth. We'll save that for later. Gemini. So Pearl of Wisdom, full moon in Aries. A fairy climax approaches. So this upcoming blue moon, something is gonna reach its climax. That's going to, let's see, Earth Dragon. So the Chiron sign, for those of you who are not familiar, that's what the Chiron sign looks like. It's a K on a 0. And Chiron is all about healing. And if you've ever watched any of my first videos that I've done, I always, even though I'm doing a zodiac reading, I would always say, you know, you could check your sun, moon, rising. A lot of tarot readers on YouTube do sun, moon, rising, and Venus, but my readings, I always tell you to check your Chiron sign. So, and I haven't mentioned that in a long time, actually. That's being brought to my attention. I haven't stated that. So it's important that you do your birth chart, find out what your Chiron sign is, and look at a zodiac reading, at least mine, my playlists, of what your Chiron sign is. And that might resonate more with you. Okay, so the Earth Dragon is a 4th dimensional dragon. They are brown, the color of the soil. They love the planet and the land itself. It was these sturdy dragons who helped to build the original dragon lines that we now call ley lines. Part of their service work is to travel along them to clear them when asked to do so. When we send an instruction to the earth dragons to work with the ley lines, they can power away under the surface to clear any blockages. This impacts hugely on people and situations in the vicinity. They can also help to ground us and our mission in this life. It is time to clear unwanted energies that are preventing your life from moving forward. Some of these may be in the earth under your home or office or where you travel. Call on the earth dragons and ask them to remove all that is not in accordance with divine light. These sense the frequency rising within the land and on your path. This card also suggests you may be called on to do planetary service work, as the earth dragons will take the opportunity to cleanse any ley lines you focus on. Take a moment to direct them to clear the planetary grid and visualize the grid glowing and shimmering. When you walk, think of the earth dragons and connect with them through the earth. Ask them to ground you in your vision, for this card signifies that they are now boosting your spiritual journey and you are ready to fly. Notice the progress you make. So it's very interesting. Gemini, if you're not familiar with ley lines, and that's L-E-Y, do a Google search, do a little investigating. They're all over the globe, these ley lines. It is fascinating to do a little research on that and find out what you learn. And for some reason, this full moon in Aries it says here, when this card comes up, a peak is coming, and it could be fiery. Attuned to the moon. Be nice, be kind, smile, and be polite as you navigate to where you want to be. Being assertive is good, just don't ride roughshod over anyone. And don't be a baby. So something that's touching me is the emotional side of it. So where this card spoke of at work or at home, it's something that's in dealing with your emotions and tempers. Okay, so calling upon the earth dragon to help you with those emotions and tempers is what you need healing. Now the dog card came out, which is loyalty and determination, and the tree came out, stability and growth. So it is no surprise to me that the tree card came out for the earth dragon. And what I'm getting is the family tree. So there's something that needs to be cleared and healed within your family tree. And you would ask the earth dragon to help you because the roots go down and, it's saying stay grounded, be ready to serve. Stuck energy is clearing and you can move forward. So you have the Knight of Swords that came out. And the Queen of Pentacles. So the Knight of Swords speaks of being ambitious and intellectual. And the Queen of Pentacles speaks of nurturing, welcoming, so a working parent. So maybe, and I'm just using the mother because this is a feminine. Maybe some of you need to work on this healing, this mother relationship. The Hierophant came out, which speaks of spiritual wisdom and religious belief and traditions. So there might be this climax approaching might be some like however your mother views these religious beliefs and traditions is going to cause this thing within your family that's going to need healing. The Temperance card came out, which speaks of balance. Oh, and the light just went out. That's confirmation because I was just speaking of the Temperance card, which is balance, harmony, healing, patience. Where it's speaking of your spirituality, 1 foot in the spiritual realm, 1 foot on the earthly realm, and the earthly realm is these religious beliefs and programming and belief systems that your mother or your mother figure, has pushed upon you. And the 8 of Cups speaks of moving on, unfulfilled from the current situation, walking away into the unknown, letting go, searching for truth. And it's interesting because this is a full moon. So you are now, and I love, like, this looks like a ley line here. Wow, can make sure this is focused. You see that? You're walking amongst the ley line. So this is so what I'm getting now, the determination from the dog, determination. So Gemini Pile 2 viewers, some pearls of wisdom is this belief system that has been programmed into your family history and your mother is still there, is you wanting to take this new path, this spiritual journey is gonna cause this situation within the family tree, but that needs healing. And the Earth Dragon is gonna be with you along this path. because you need to find what your purpose is. And I spoke about that in the other reading, where we all have purpose here. So you might want to watch pile 1. We all have purpose here. And you can't let this old belief system bully you into remaining there. You want me to show you what's at the bottom of the deck, which is the foundation. And it's the 8 of Swords. Self-imposed prison of thoughts, limiting and negative thoughts, trapped. So these family are trapped in their limiting beliefs. But you just need to realize, if you look, there's no swords in front of her. It's just surrounding her. So if she takes the blindfold off, she could see the path that's behind her, which is here. And all these swords are representing the family and ancestors of those limiting belief system, but they're not blocking you. Your path is clear to walk forward. There's no swords in front of you blocking your path. Okay? How does universe have your back? I surrender to a power greater than me. And by you surrendering, you're going to heal this. And when you heal this, so you're releasing this on the blue moon. And it's interesting, looks like a blue moon, doesn't it? So pile 2, Gemini, what you need to do at this blue moon, these pearls of wisdom, is, knowledge, is releasing and healing this family history. Know that you're not limited to that, but you can know with confidence, with harmony and healing, you moving forward and taking this path will put you into the Empress energy, the divine feminine energy, connecting with Mother Earth. It's time to make a move. The 2 of Swords in reverse during this moon. They just keep going. The world, completion, integration, accomplishment, evolution, fulfillment, harmony. Harmony has come out twice now. So just know that the Earth Dragon is here to support you, surrendering, but making this move, embracing your spiritual awakening and awareness and what you're learning and knowing, embracing it. I hope that helped pile 2, Gemini. If it did, please click the like button, and always feel free to share my videos. And if you haven't already, subscribe to my channel. It'll be at the end of the video to click here or over here. All the information about the decks and everything is in the description box below. I look forward to connecting with you next time. Love and light.